Well, this is where the cooler is going to go, the one I just took down. Here it is in pieces, and we're going to be putting it up over here. I made channel steel tracks for them. It's 18 gauge steel, galvanized, and I'm installing that first. And the walls go next. Okay, you get these wall panels, summon them up. I put them into this channel steel. And I put screws in them. And I'm going to screw them into the concrete wall. I need longer zip screws. But that's as far as I got so far. Thanks. We got the panels up, the front panels, the door frames are in. And this was the L-shaped box, and now it's straight. And we just put smashing in the red heads. And get it all the way down good. Hit it hard. Whack the other one too. Oh, watch that hinge. But this is what it looks like from the inside. This is going to be the ceiling panels. There's the ceiling panels, and there's more ceiling panels, and there's the ceiling foam. And this is as far as we got so far. Now we're making a little bit of progress. And get the ceiling panels over there. And we gotta throw those up. Evaporator coils. Those are each 1 ton each evaporators. It's a 3-ton unit on the roof. And these are ceiling panels, and they go up there. And we're doing the molding over here on the inside of the box. And it's covering the wood up, the wood support. Okay. Got those ceiling panels up, and we've hung the evaporator coils. And we have to run the refrigeration lines. This is the tubing that they had. We had to use the old tubing. That's okay. Copper's copper, and it's a U-bend. And this is an oil trap. This is suction line returning. What happens is the refrigerant comes down, goes to the evaporator coils, and comes back, and when the system shuts off, or the oil will end up over here, and when it starts up, the oil gets wicked and brought back up to the compressor. It's called a P-trap. This compressor's up on the roof. It's above the evaporator coils, so we want to use a P-trap. Normally, if the compressor's down below, out back, for instance, you don't need the P-trap. But this is the evaporator coils, and this is what the box looks like so far. And we'll be starting it up probably tomorrow. Got a lot of work today. I have to make my connections from here to here on each case, and we have to finish the control circuit wiring. I have to bring 2 wires down from the time clock, and they come down and they'll go through the control, come out of the control, go through the solenoid valve, come out of the solenoid valve, and go back. So I got L1 and L2 at the time clock. And then this has to get mounted, and we have to clamp everything up, and a little bit of work. Okay, gotta go up on the roof. We're up on the roof. This is the condensing unit that we've been working on. Got the wiring fundamentally in. The control circuit is here. It should be number 4, and it goes through the pressure control, comes out of the pressure control, goes down to the temperature control, comes out of to the temp, goes to the solenoid valve, out of the solenoid valve, and back up to number 2 on this clock. And I see what they did. They took the bar out over here, so I have to rethink that a little bit. The disconnect switch, here's the old beast, and fuses in it. We're getting rid of that, and we're putting in the just a disconnect without fuses, and put the unit up on wood. That's usually good for 10 years or so. It's easy to change. Put the dryer, sight glass, and I put a pitch box in and ran the lines up. We gotta run the electric line through it yet and foam it, and then we'll tar over the top of it, and that'll be good secure. This is a tar roof. They just came up and put some aluminum sealant on it. This was the old tar roof right there. This is where the unit was sitting. The guy's gonna come back and finish up. But that's where I put a dual pressure control in it, and I coiled up the lines, and I wire tied the lines together so they don't vibrate together. They're copper, they're soft, they will vibrate loose. I wire tied all my wires nice and neat so nothing vibrates or gets, and I taped up whatever I needed to. But that's where we're at right now. Tomorrow it's time to pull a vacuum on it and charge it up with 404A. That's what I'm putting in there. I did label it right there, 404A. And I did change the oil on the compressor. I had to take the compressor out, turn it upside down, drain the oil out, and put the same amount of oil, polyester oil, into it. And this had mineral oil in it. This was an R22 system, and now it's going to be a 404 system. But that's as far as we got today, guys. Well, we're going to pull a vacuum on this guy today. We're putting nitrogen in. I put 10 pounds pressure, a 404 in it, and put some nitrogen in it. We're going to leak check it. We're going to pull a vacuum on it. I'm going to put charge in it. The electrician didn't get the wiring done yet. Took off the fuse box, and we're just going to put an electrical disconnect here. Get rid of this guy. These are these rooftop running lines, but the looks like the ultraviolet light got to it, and it's kind of destroying it. But I might have to use that yet. How's the pressure?
Around not really, but
pressure this high is going to go. That's all we got, I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good enough. We can leak check with that.
That's good.
Okay, it's been an hour and it's holding pretty good. Got the nitrogen charge in there. And we put some 404 in it, and we just leak tested, and everything looks good. All the brazes held good. Now we're going to pull it back in. Pulling a vacuum on it. And we're down to pretty good vacuum. Pretty happy with that. And we're going to stop right there. I got to charge it with the gassing system. Okay, right now I'm putting some 404A into the receiver tank, pretty much. We're not ready to start this up today, but I'm just getting a charge of gas in it. Let's see where it's at. That's about 86, 87 pounds of pressure in the system. And I'm going to leave it like that. I put 9 pounds, 2 ounces, 3 ounces into the system. And I'll just let it sit like that. Okay, I just started this up. Gotta put gas in it. Yeah. Sight glass is showing that it needs some gas. I have to go down and get my scale. I already put 9 pounds, a little over 9 pounds in it. Suction is at 12 pounds. 11 pounds suction, 10 pounds, 126, 125 pounds temperature. I put 404A in it. It was an R22 system. And it just went off on its pressure control. It's going to circulate in some refrigerant through the system. I just turned it on. It's a time clock. And this is L1, L2. It's a new electric disconnect we put on with no fuses in it. This is for a ground fault plug that we're going to install. Where we got the wires coming up. They go up and around. This is L1, L2, and L3. T1, T2, T3. And I got to put this back in here. I'll get that back on in there. But what I did here is purple wires L1. This clock is supposed to have a brass bar across it. Some moron took it off, so I had to put a jumper on it here. And that way the timer motor feeds to here and over here, L1 and L2. That way the timer motor keeps turning. And L1 now supposed to go across the brass bar, and when the contacts are made, when it's not on its defrost cycle, it makes contact to 4. 4 is the refrigeration control circuit. This wire goes down to the temperature control, through the temperature control to the solenoid coil, out of the solenoid coil, and back up here to L2. That way the circuit has L1 going through it and going through the coil and coming back to L2, L1 and L2. And this is the brown wire is L2. But that's fundamentally the system.
Now you have the fan motors are the condenser fan motors, these two small wires down here, and they're on L1 and L2, so that when the contactor pulls in, the fan will work. And I have this black wire and this black wire are it's the compressor heater. There's a crankcase heater right here in the bottom of the compressor, and of course that keeps the refrigerant gas, keeps it warm so that the refrigerant gas, when the compressor shuts off, the refrigerant gas doesn't condense into a liquid and dilute the oil. And when the compressor starts up, the oil won't have the right viscosity. Instead of being, I think it's 150 viscosity, 140 viscosity, it dilutes it down, and it'll probably be like 60 viscosity, and it'll seize up the compressor. So by keeping this warm, you don't allow the refrigerant gas to condense into a liquid. And that stays on, that's on the line side of the contactor, so it's on all the time. And I'm going to go get my charging scale now. Now we're putting gas in it. We're starting to add some gas in it and keep it from short cycling. Stick a screwdriver in it, the pressure control, so it won't short cycle. This is how I install my capillary tubes whenever I put them in the control, and I'll wrap it around the screwdriver. It's a nice screwdriver holder, look at that. But I'll wrap it around here so it's tight, and the vibration's minimal because it's tight, small circles. And the copper won't vibrate against each other. Okay, it holds the screwdriver very nicely. I won't lose it there. Okay. My sight glass, you can see it's low on gas right now, so I'm charging it up. And it'll take a little while to get it filled up. I'm putting a little bit of liquid in here, and it's not making it back to the compressor, so that's good. It'd be nice if I had a suction accumulator here, but I don't. Got a little rain today, I don't know if you can see it, but